when you start your chain, you're going to make it as long as you want the blanket to be wide. But don't pull your loop too tight here, because at the end you're going to have extra chains and you're going to want to undo this. Today we're going to make a simple shell stitch blanket, which is usually my go-to blanket for baby blankets. This one I'm currently making is going to be toddler size, and I picked Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. It is color Flapper Girl. I picked it because I like the pretty Easter colors, and this blanket is going into my Easter book. Okay, so for the basics, you just make a chain as long as you want it. I have, let's see, I have it up to 35 inches because with the border it'll make a 36-inch wide blanket. This one happens to be 150 chains, but the point is not to have to count and multiply and all that. So I measured it to 35 inches. Then I'm going to add 10 more, just extra ones, which I can take out afterwards if I don't need them. Now to begin, you're going to go into the 1, 2, 3, 4th chain and do a double crochet. So your chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, then you have the second double crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the same stitch. Now you're going to skip 2 chains rather, and in that 3rd chain, 2 double crochet, then chain 2, then single crochet. Again, skip 2 chains in the 3rd chain, 2 double crochet, chain 2, single crochet. You're going to do that across until you get to the 35 inches wide that you need. Now you have the first row done up to 35 inches, and then at the other end here you can see the extra stitches, the extra chains, which are going to be very easy to take out later on. But now we're going to go on to the second row. For the second row, and for each remaining row throughout this is the same repeat. It's a very simple blanket. You're going to chain 3 and turn, and in this space right here, second double crochet, because your chain 3 counts as 1, chain 2, single crochet, and the next chain 2 space, 2 double crochet, chain 2, single crochet. You do that all the way across to the last. Okay, you're going to work the shells the same way across until you get to the last one. The last shell will not be worked in that chain 2 space. You're going to go over to the top of the double crochet and make your shell there, which will give it a nicer edge. So you double crochet 2, then chain 2, and then single crochet all on the top of that double crochet. And that's row 2 done. Now you're just going to repeat row 2 for as long as you want it to be. This one that I'm currently doing is a toddler blanket, so I'm going to go probably 45, 46 inches before I do the border. Okay, here's your leftover chains. You have, I don't know, I probably got about 15 left that I didn't use up. So you're just going to find the knot where you started it, your little slip knot, and use a yarn needle just to pull it loose. And then I just take that needle and keep pulling them out. Just grab each loop as you go. Whoops, I only grabbed half. Okay. You can cut this if you want, because you're not going to use all of that to weave it in. And then I just keep going. Pulling on them. And you pulled all your loops out except for one and that last one. I just tighten up and then trim the yarn. Now here's your beautiful shell stitch blanket with these nice colors. It looks pretty in variegated yarn. It looks pretty in a solid yarn. I've done it with stripes. I've even done a full-size blanket in scraps that came out very nice. Now, you don't have to do a side edging, but if you want to, you finish the last row, you have not fastened off, and then you go down the side of the blanket and you just do the same shells, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet in the side of each stitch, and you do that all the way down. If you don't want to do an edging, because it does have a nice little straight edge on it, so if you don't want to do the shell edging, you would just fasten off here where you left off, and then you're going to go to the bottom to your starting chain, bring this around. Okay, here's where we started. So you're going to attach the yarn here in this first shell, but I'm going to attach it in the base of the first chain 3. If I can find my yarn, there we go. I'm going to attach it right here in the base of the first chain 3, and then do a shell, which the first shell is, of course, going to be the chain 3, counts as a double crochet, then a double crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Now you're going to find the base of your next shell. Well, that's the base of your first shell, so you don't want to go in there because you did in the base of that. So you're going to find the base of your next shell and do the same thing. Double crochet twice, chain 2, single crochet, and you're going to do that all the way across. All right, here you have your beginning row with the shells all the way across it. So you get to the end and just cut that loop of yarn, fasten off, and then you weave in all your ends, and you have this beautiful, beautiful shell blanket.